Yo, what's good, fam? Mike Sarge here. We're officially in 2025, but some of y'all are still holding on to certain mindsets, habits, and mentalities from last year. So we're breaking down the top music myths that should have stayed in 2024. And today, we're going to talk about it. And as always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And let's get to work. Salutes to that. Myth number one is that more followers equals more success. So some of y'all are walking around with the mentality that if you have, say, 10,000 followers, all of a sudden you've made it. When in reality, it doesn't. Matter of fact, I know people personally with that amount of followers, if not more, who barely have 1,000 monthly listeners on Spotify or Apple Music. So having that many followers doesn't really mean anything. This year, we have to stop focusing so much on the quantity of followers, the number of followers, and start really focusing on the quality of your followers. Because to be real, I would rather have 1,000 real engaged followers than to have 10 to 20,000 that just kind of watch me from afar and don't support me, don't listen to my music, don't buy my merch, or any of that stuff. Myth number two is that streaming is going to make you rich. And oh boy. This is a sad one. Yeah, streaming has become one of the latest ways over the past decade or so for music artists and producers to gain an income. But if you think that streaming alone is going to have you living that big baller life and have you walking around acting like a millionaire, living like a millionaire, you are sadly mistaken. In case no one told you, most artists make pennies per stream. So be sure to diversify your income. Merchandise, live shows, licensing, and direct fan support will help with a more consistent stream of income. Myth number three is that you need to live in a major market city. And yes, for the longest time, many people within the music industry felt like, or people aspiring to be in the music industry, felt like they had to move to LA, New York City, Nashville, Atlanta, in order for them to truly make it big. But in 2025, really, your biggest tool is your phone and the internet, not your zip code. Now you can build your audience online, collaborate digitally, and leverage social media to expand your reach. So don't limit yourself. Myth number four is that you have to drop music every week in order to stay relevant. And this one in particular, I understand and I get it. Every time that you turn around, every time that you start watching a video or start tuning into a podcast, you hear an influencer out there that's telling you, hey, you have to drop content. You have to drop music constantly, so that you have the possibility of going viral. But the truth is, you're burning yourself out just trying to keep up with all the weekly releases that happen. Consistency does matter, but constantly throwing out music out of fear will make people tune you out eventually. Instead, focus on quality over quantity. Plus, a well-planned release is much better than a rushed drop. Okay, this one you need to tune into. Myth number five is that you can skip the business part of the music business. Okay, some of you artists and producers think that you can just show up, vibe out in the studio, and then just pass over or pass up the paperwork or all the other boring stuff that you don't really care about to someone else. Newsflash, the music industry is 80% business, 20% music. So take the time to learn about contracts, royalties, marketing, and branding if you plan on having long-term success in this industry. Myth number six is that you need to have expensive equipment in order to make good music. Believe it or not, there are artists and producers out there that are saving up for a $4,000, $5,000 microphone, speakers, or some form of equipment when they haven't dropped a track in months. You haven't dropped the track in months. But nowadays, there's so many options that are cheap and affordable that will allow you to create quality music. And if I'm honest, equipment doesn't create hits. Skill and creativity does. Look at Old Town Road by Lil Nas X and Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD. Both were recorded with minimal equipment, but made a massive impact. Myth number seven, if a song or project is not blowing up immediately, it is a failure. From personal experience, trust me, I get it. You dropped a song last Friday. You were super excited about it. And then by Monday, you're just ready to call it quits. Why? Because your friends ain't sharing it. your numbers are low, whether it's on social media or the streaming platforms. No one's picking it up and putting it up on the playlist, etc. So I get it. But some of the biggest hits took months or even years to catch fire. Just look at Truth Hurts by Lizzo. It took 2 years after release to finally hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Moral of the story, promotion doesn't stop on release day, and neither does success. So be patient. All right, fam. So those are my top myths. Those are my top music myths that I believe should have stayed in 2024. I want to get a gauge of what you guys think about those myths, which one hit home for you, and which ones didn't I put on this list that I should have put on this list. Be sure to drop it in the comments and let me know. If you felt this video was helpful, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and the bell so you know when I drop new content. And as always, y'all already know the deal, man. Be you, enjoy your life, and live authentic. Salutes to that, and I'll catch y'all later.